Hey guys, it's John. I'm doing the video for Scorpio. This is covering two dates here, the 19th of October and the 24th of October. We have a full moon on the 24th, and we have, Mercury in Scorpio, scoring up with Mars and Aquarius in the 4th house, which has to do with home and family. So this really is boosting up an energy to break down issues into kind of getting into the details of conflict and discussion, disagreement, those sorts of things. It's a good time to reanalyze situations, but it's also, because of that boost in energy, there's going to be a tendency to want to get into discussions about stuff or debates about things, even at work or with friends, kind of in an unnecessary way, with lots of enthusiasm, but it might end up causing conflict with others. It could end up pushing you to more of like a gossipy type behavior, dwelling on issues. So I think for the full moon here, we have more of a, because it's conjunction with Uranus in Taurus in the 7th house with relationships. It's also opposing Venus retrograde in Scorpio, which is your sign, in the 1st house. That's also doing a lot of shaking up. So this month, in general, there's a lot of shaking up with conversations with others, relationships, stuff at home, stuff with family, stuff in romance, stuff in finances. Venus is really just kind of tearing a lot of stuff up here and forcing us to reevaluate and kind of take a look at it and see if it's really working in the best way, if we can't improve it, if we can't take a second look at how we've been doing things. So I'm going to set it up here first by pulling 2 cards for each little event and seeing if there's a message from Spirit about how to move through these situations more gracefully, with more purpose, clarity. And with Scorpio, there can be a tendency sometimes to hang on to arguments and debates when they can turn sour. So just be careful with getting into conversations when you haven't had a good day, getting into conversations when you feel stressed out. Make sure that you're having time every day to relax and slow down, having plenty of rest, having plenty of food and water. Okay, so the 19th and the 24th. Oh, no. Too soon. These cards are tough to break in. There's such a thick card stock. It's funny. Okay, so the 19th and the 24th. Alright, so the 19th and the 24th. So the frog and the opossum, and then we have the 8 of Shields and the World of Light. Let's see. For the frog, it's an energy of rain, obviously. That's a big symbol, correlation with rain and water. Sometimes crying, tears. Sometimes it's an emotional thing. But with the rain, it tends to wash all the mud and the dirt and everything that's kind of, and what's the word? I don't know, dirty, I guess. It's a great opportunity to clean things out. So I think it's mentioning for your energy, this is going to be a good opportunity to work through maybe even past karma energies, past life stuff, karmic relationships, especially in the home or with romantic relationships. So let's see. Okay. Okay, so the message here is something about love. Maybe a new acquaintance, a new relationship, a new work project. I do see another confirmation that this is definitely an important time to rest, to kind of pop your head out of the what's the word? Kind of like what do they call them? Gophers, or any kind of an animal that digs in holes and everything. Kind of pop your head out, take a look around at where you're going, your direction that you've been kind of working at, and get a nice kind of a big picture view of things. It'd be a great opportunity for that. So, especially with an opportunity to work through some deeper emotional issues, this will really allow you to get a bigger picture perspective. So, and then for the world of light, I see this as definitely a really positive symbol here. Contentment, happiness, wealth. Given that this is a situation where Uranus is in Taurus, we got an opposition. I think this is talking specifically about an opportunity with love. I think the message for the opossum here is more about learning when to play dead. So I think these are kind of separate messages here. This one having to do more with love. Maybe, I guess you could say, there's an opportunity by digging into these situations when we're having a lot of things shake. What's the word? I don't want to use the right word. But basically, when things get, sorry about the bang, I don't know where that's coming from. When things get shooken up or shaked up, I don't even know the word. Basically, Uranus is going to come in and shake things up with finances, with love, and with Venus in retrograde. A lot of stuff is going to really feel like it's kind of chaotic. But I feel like there's an opportunity here that the message is there's success, happiness, and contentment on the other side of this to just hang on and make your way through. This guy is kind of like a teacher. I think this is talking about a learning situation for you to take advantage of this time as you're getting through kind of a difficult situation where there's a lot of things that might seem very mysterious. But this is a time to let go, kind of enjoy the ride, and on the other side of it, you'll realize, oh wow, it wasn't really that bad, and that you got actually something really great out of it. Possibly a new love interest if you're single, but I think on the other end of this, if you're in a relationship still, that this is a good time to kind of renew the relationship, kind of build it on top of a very solid foundation to move forward with lots of really positive attitude, renewal of energy, rejuvenation. The opossum here in reverse tells me maybe this is, like I said, something to do with the conflict that you might be experiencing with others, either through friends or through work, just general relationships that you might have in groups. This is saying to recognize that there's a time to play dead, so to speak. It's like a phrase that means like sometimes when you're in a conversation and there's conflict, there's a time where you can kind of just play dead, where you either act like you don't have a real emotional reaction to something, so that you can kind of remove yourself from like a threatening situation and that way nobody tells the difference. There's a tendency, I think, culturally, from where I'm from, that being fake is like a bad thing. I think in this situation is talking about using a strategy in the way that you communicate with each other and reveal like the truth about yourself should be done with people that you trust. And when you're working or when you're interacting with people that you don't trust, that you actually have to learn to use this strategically to protect yourself, and that it's normal. The opossum does it to protect itself. It plays dead, it rolls over, and all of a sudden people lose interest. This is a situation, I think the suggestion here is to learn to play dead. There may be a situation coming up, maybe at work, maybe there's a friend that you have that kind of doesn't always quite get your perspective and may kind of poke at you for it. I think this is saying to learn to play dead, and it'll give you, I guess you could say, it'll give you an advantage. You'll be able to work through the situation. Overall, I feel like this month is a great opportunity to dig deep. So definitely do some deep digging emotionally, spiritually. This is a time to consider whether or not you're really lining up with your deepest, desires, your passions, your purpose here. So with all the energies lining up, there's a lot of opportunity to reorganize, to rejuvenate, to recharge yourself, to get ready for this holiday kind of time period where you may kind of feel like more of a drain on your resources, and that right now this is the opportunity to get ready for it. So I hope this helps. If you like this, go ahead and hit subscribe, and you'll hear from me towards the end of the month when I'll have more updates, and I hope to hear from you soon. So peace.